guests.
Reading.
A couple of months ago, I heard a segment on National Public Radio reporting that because of the recession, 9 states were going to make significant cuts in its preschool program. A mother was featured sharing her experiences, and she happened to mention that she had one child who was afforded the opportunity to be a part of a PreK program, and that child was very well prepared for school. Whereas she had a second child who was not given the same opportunity, and as a result, that child was, as she stated, solely unprepared for PreK. After listening to the segment, I couldn't help but ask myself a couple of questions. Is pre-kindergarten essential for today's kids in order for them to be successful in school? Are we becoming overly dependent on PreK programs? What can families do to make sure that their children are prepared for school? One of the major shifts in American society in the last half of the 20th century has been the number of women in the workplace. In 1999, 65% of all mothers with children under 5 were said to be in the workforce. The increase of mothers in the workplace is one reason for the increased interest in child care issues, and this trend will continue. Like the movement that resulted in public kindergarten for 5-year-olds, preschool for all is a powerful vision that can create fundamental changes in the American education system. There is a case for public investment, which is strengthened by evidence that preschool programs can boost school readiness in the short run and increase graduation rates in the long run. But there is a catch. In order for these programs to have these benefits, states must make a commitment to building and funding a PreK system. And families will have trouble finding well-designed, high-quality programs. So what does a high-quality PreK program look like? First of all, high-quality programs can be found in schools, churches, mosques, synagogues, Head Start programs, private and public daycare centers. When you first see a child in a PreK program, in a quality PreK program, you should immediately see children learning. They should be interacting with one another. They should be interacting with one another. They should be playing games. I'm sorry, guys. I lost my space here. Children should be engaged in small groups, reading and interacting with one another. They should be building and making interesting structures, and the teachers should be asking questions and facilitating learning. There should be a sense of purpose, organization, and excitement in the room. There are 5 components to a quality PreK program. Number 1, a program that is well funded. Number 2, well-educated teachers. Teachers who either have a bachelor's or specialized degrees in early childhood education. Number 3, there should be a low teacher and child ratio. Teachers with fewer children are said to be less restrictive and controlling and more supportive of each child's individual learning styles and social interactions. Number 4, they should have a curriculum that integrates all aspects of the child's development. And number 5, the program should incorporate family members as an integral part of the program. So what are families supposed to do when they do not have access to a quality PreK program? What are families supposed to do if they can't find a PreK program at all? Can parents make a difference? Well, of course they can. We must remember that children are naturally wired to learn, and parents are both their first and main teachers. Education experts agree that very young children learn amazingly quickly through simple play and social interactions. Children learn more in the first 3 to 5 years of life than in any other time. Their little brains are growing quickly and they're soaking in everything like a sponge. Parents must take advantage of this time. So what should parents do? First of all, parents should talk to their children the moment they are born. Children pay special attention to their parents' voices. So talk around everyday routines like feeding and bathing. As you dress or dress them, you can indicate body parts, one arm, two arm. You can indicate certain items, one shoe, two shoes. Count the number of buttons that when you're dressing the child. Also, talk about the colors. Take your children for a walk and talk about nature. Look at how blue the sky is. Read signs as you walk. During these frequent talks, children not only learn important concepts, but they learn how language works and how important they are to you. Secondly, play with your children. Buy interesting toys that teach important concepts like shapes and colors. The act of playing will engage your child far more than any formal lesson. Thirdly, engage your child in the world of literacy. Read aloud each day and encourage your children to explore books on their own. Say nursery rhymes. Encourage interest in words and writing. And lastly, love and make time for your child. Praise their accomplishments and provide opportunities for them to experience freedom and independence. So, is mandatory pre-K essential for today's children to do well in school? It's very helpful, but not essential. Are we becoming overly dependent on pre-K programs? Maybe. What can parents do to make sure their children are successful in school? Parents can talk to their children, play with their children, introduce them to the world of literacy, and spend quality time with them. Thank you.